Rose City, the After Show, the podcast where we dive into the world of the popular novel Rose City by author Corenna Khieu. In each episode, we will be discussing a different aspect of the book, from the complex characters to the intricate plot twists and everything in between. Check out Rose City on Kindle Vella to stay up to date as we explore unique perspectives and insight on the story. So today's icebreaker question is actually directly related to this chapter a little bit. So that's why I'm kind of like prefacing it that way. So y'all know like, what's she talking about? That's what I'm talking about. Okay. So is it okay for a friend to date your ex? Why or why not? Who wants to jump into that first? And I said
No.
friend in quotations.
Oh, in quotation. So not a real friend, like a frenemy?
Mhm.
No, it's not. And not because of girl code. Girl code. You just don't. It's tacky. Like, what are y'all gonna talk about? All I'm gonna do, if it's me and you and we're kicked, first of all, I'm gonna be looking at you sideways. Cause I don't, most likely, if you're my friend, I don't came to you about this Negro before we broke up. I don't told you what he's done to me. And in my mind, I'm thinking you were that side chick if it was, because of cheating or something else. So I'm gonna be looking at you sideways. And then every time we hang out, all I'm gonna do is talk smack about your dude. So I'm not gonna be good company. No, you don't date your friend's ex. That's trash.
Your thoughts, Kyrie?
Yeah, I agree. Is it okay? Sure, it's okay, but I mean, you're pretty much ending the relationship there, and then that would be really weird for you to want to date somebody that obviously treated me so bad that we had to end the relationship. So that's okay. And then, like I said, we probably shouldn't be friends anymore because that's weird. So yeah, I've never had that happen. Have you guys had that happen to you? I've never. I mean, I haven't been around the world dating either, but, none of my friends want to pick up the trash that I left off. So, yeah.
I mean, that's facts right there. No, I've never had that happen to me, and I couldn't really consider you to be a friend if you're going after my ex. Now, of course, I'm done with them, right? And for good reason, because if I got rid of you, that means that you about to set her up for part two. So better her than me, I guess. But no, like Alicia said, it's girl code. Never is it ever okay. There's 8 billion people on the planet. Out of the 8 billion people on the planet, you have to go through the recycling bin. Let me see what Corenna left behind. Some trinkets. It's not a trinket in there. It was trash. Like, that's why I ended up in the recycling bin. Okay. And then again, like, if we were friends on some kind of a level, that means that, even if I didn't go into all the details about like, what really went down, you are going to tell people when they be like, I haven't seen you and Chris in a while together, or whoever he is. And, you kind of be like, oh, yeah, we broke up, whatever. He's doing his own thing. He's doing good, whatever. Like, I'm not going to talk junk about you because that's desperation at its finest. And we ain't doing that. But it's like people are going to ask a little bit, like little questions, right? And what if it's Teresa and she's asking, you're like, oh, yeah, well, we broke up. And then you see her 2 months down the road, girl, me and Chris, like we saw each other at Starbucks and it was just like, Kismet, he's so amazing. Everything just worked out the way it was supposed to. Yeah, it did work out the way it's supposed to, because you about to see why I broke up with him. Yeah, it did worked out the way it was supposed to, because you about to get that work, baby. So absolutely, no shape, form, or fashion have I ever been like, you know what, Alicia, your ex. I'm no. Again, even if we weren't like close friends, even if we were associates, I'm not gonna do somebody that I know they're sloppy seconds. I'm not gonna have people be like, she couldn't find nobody of her own. Like she had to go after other people's men. So there was a guy years ago, Lisa, you know who he was. He was my brother's older friend, very attractive guy. I mean, I thought so at the time. He seemed to like all the girls in the circle. He just bounced from this person, this person, this person, trying to spit some kind of game at him. And I remember one time I was like, oh, he cute though. I was like young. And Alicia's like, he is, but girl, like he's trying to talk to everybody. I was like, you know what? Good point. So even if you haven't dated anybody in the clique, the fact that you try to pop game at each person in the clique, and there's been like 5 or 6, baby, no. Because even if you hook up with them, everybody's gonna be like, she literally got with the guy who was like trying to get with everybody, be the equivalent of you sliding in everybody's DM talking about some WYD. No, block. It's not okay, and it's not cute, and it's not sexy. So that's my take on that. So what were your ladies' thoughts on chapter 24? Was there anything that jumped out that she was like, okay,
Girl, I love this episode. All the ladies turned up a little bit, a lot of bit. And my favorite part of this was when Eva took that gift bag. Ooh wee. I stood up
oh,
and
yes. Yes.
I wish I had the
Yes.
courage. I was just like, man, that was something that I've always like just wished to be that bold. I would never take a gift bag, So I was like, go girl, yes. I was with all that.
It's time for us to start implementing those new tools and resources that we're working with. Alicia,
Right.
what were your thoughts on this chapter?
Kind of like what I tapped on like what I said last week about these women being jealous of Malia's freedom. It confirmed that for me, and I was like, And then I liked it, the whole little taking the gift back. Now me, I would have made a show about it. I'd be like, and give me my shit, and I would have took my box and made a whole little scene about taking my gift back. And but and the actual, like, we got the details of Addison's, like, I mean, Malia went in. And it brought me right back to, girl, if you living in this glass house, I mean, at this point, it is, what's that really delicate glass like they use for antiques and stuff? Like, that's the kind of,
Porcelain
I'm like, you are, yeah,
or China or something? Something's very delicate.
yeah. I'm like, you got all that mess going on and got the nerve to try to get in front of a crowd and put shade on Malia. And I'm like, the little stuff that you thought you knew, your junk trumps that. Like, I was
Right.
surprised that we got a little taste of it, last chapter, but this chapter, for it to be that extreme. And
Right.
we find out details about it, and it's like, wow, sis, you really went there. But it was well deserved. It was well deserved.
That
I
was
laughed
definitely
when
well
she
deserved.
yelled and ran out, and then try to hide behind a hotel somewhere crying like she a victim. Um, yeah, that part was hilarious to
Maybe
me.
it's the
I was like,
audacity for
I just
me
pictured
though.
it in my head.
Mm-hmm.
And her running out the building in front of everybody and hiding.
No, I mean this chapter, mud was being slinged and thrown all over the room, and Addison felt that she had certain information on Malia where she was gonna just, and she really didn't have anything. Like what she talked about was all very common knowledge. Everybody knew that Frank wasn't a part of this very elite group of Black people who don't associate themselves with other Black people because they're high up here and everybody else is down here because they don't have the same kind of money. So they're very status driven and money driven. So she wasn't talking about stuff that it was like, "Ooh, I'm about to unleash this secret on you." It wasn't that. She talked about Mike and how he cheated on Malia. Everybody knew that, so that wasn't anything that was that wasn't new. So she wasn't really revealing like these secret, deep, intimate things. She was like talking about stuff like your mom's a con artist, why is she even in the position that she's in this group of women, like to be at Sandy's status in this group of women, like on the top of the pyramid. What did she do to have to get there? And you guys are riding off your grandfather and your grandmother's accomplishments. And Malia was like, okay, sis, let me tell you something now. And then she had to reveal all the dirt about, Addison's mother being a total drunk and a thief who stole from her own nonprofit organization, who was formally charged, in the court systems. she just really went there. She had to reveal information about how her husband, you want to talk about some, and I have a husband and children, and my life is just so peachy. And then Malia had to, throw it out, say, what's going on? Because I heard that the DNA report on that little boy is out, but it's like, is your daddy the daddy or is your husband the daddy? Because your husband and your daddy been sharing the same side chick. Oops. All the tea came out. And at that point, when the tea came out, it was revealed that her husband had gotten in trouble because he joined the Mile High Club with Erica. Like, baby, the ish went down, right? Homegirl got mad, grabbed her stuff. She jetted for the door. And then I'm just like, in my mind, I'm seeing everybody's like, you've gone too far, Malia. That was unnecessary. There's no reason for a lady of your status in this community to have ever crossed that line. There's absolutely plenty of reason for a person to cross the line. And baby, the way I'm built these days, I'm crossing all kind of lines. We gonna cross them because one thing that I do know is when you're quiet, when you're reserved, when you try to be respectful of other people, they will push you to go to places that you didn't think is possible. But sometimes you gotta go there. Sometimes you gotta just let people know that, oh, it's in me to do this, and we turn it out. You know what I'm saying? So I think this was an incredible chapter. A lot of information was revealed. Malia, just kind of giving y'all a little bit before we go into the questions, Malia went outside. She kind of felt a little bad, like, dang, you know what I'm saying? Because it went down. Because even after even before she went outside, people were throwing shade. Julia revealed that she was super pissed off at Malia. Malia got blamed. You tore this up. You tore up the bridal shower. Everybody was kind of looking at her like, you went too far. Was it Wendy or Eva who took the gift back? I can't remember which one it was, but one of the homegirls was like, was it Wendy? Okay. So what happened was, they was all talking crazy to Malia and calling her name. We shouldn't have invited you. And, everybody told me you were going to ruin this for me. And look what you did. And Malia's friends bossed up like, who you talking to? They had to have her back because a lot had already happened. But eventually they was like, yeah, we're going to boss up on you real quick. And so they said what they had to say. They try to keep it classy. They let it be known, you caused this. This is your fault. And what happened after that was they jetted. Like, they took the gift back and they was like, peace. You know what I'm saying? So it went down. Malia went outside, found homegirl crying behind the building, and she happened to hear her on the phone with her husband. And she was so embarrassed by the things that Malia said that she decided, let me call my husband and cuss him out. Let me relive some of these moments with him because, see, I tried to put that past me, but people know about what you did to me. Now I have to turn up on you. So Malia got the full tea of a lot of what's been going on between her and her husband, Vince. So that was pretty much chapter 24 in a nutshell. When Addison turned around and saw Malia, instead of her, being like, wow, she came over here to see about me, she was like, oh God, now she knows more of my business to throw at me. And then she went in on Malia again, and Malia was like, whoa, I came over here to try to have a resolution, but I see you don't want that in your life. You like violence. So that's what happened.